It was too cold to snow, but still it was snowing. A thin sheet of gauze twisting around the porch light. Buddy kicked through frozen marbles of blood, scattered at them, swept them aside with his boot. He knelt and rose, hoisting the body across one shoulder. Voice muffled by a wool scarf, he said, "Leaking?" "What? Is he leaking anywhere?" "I don't see it." "All right then." "That big bullet went plumb through, didn't it?" "Will you quit with the goddamn questions? Just for once." A gentle man. Buddy rarely cussed, seldom rebuked, never raised his voice. I stood abashed, one breath from tears. He inhaled hard through his nose, shifted the body on his shoulders. "Let's just get this done." He set off toward the county road, walking fast. I ran to catch up. To the east, it was 50 miles of dirt until you hit the 2 saloons and 5 churches of Jordan. To the west, nothing but the muscle shell. At 2 in the morning, and barring high school kids off on a jacklighting drunk, there'd be no traffic. We had the road to ourselves. I huffed along beside him. "You ain't taking the truck?" "You want Pete's blood all over my truck bed?" "No, I guess that's right." He glanced down. "You can get on home if you want. No use for us both." "I want to help." "All right, then. Where are we taking him?" I was thinking Cherry Creek. All them little eroded holes. "Oh, sure." Our breath bloomed blue around us. Up on the road, he said, "We don't want to leave no tracks. Careful just to step in the ruts." "All right. Just step where I step." "Okay." He shifted the body. It sure turned cold on us, didn't it? It was so quiet. The squeak of our boots on the snow recalled nails twisting in boards. We were the first or last men on Earth, lone survivors of an epidemic, an ice age. Eye level in front of me, bouncing against Buddy's back, Pete's shock of hair had frozen into a stiff brush of frost, a rigid, cartoonish explosion of fright. His eyes were open, and a rime of snow had collected in the lashes. After a time, Buddy left the road. He stood waiting for me to open the gate. Grabbing the post, my gloves came away scaled silver with hoarfrost. He led us 100 yards or so into the pasture before dropping one shoulder, letting the body slump off into the snow. He stretched his back and studied the sky, the stars showing through. "Looks fair to clear." It was a porous ground around us now, hidden under the drifted calluses of old snow. A honeycomb of ditches and pipes carved before the spring had been piped and controlled. But he began walking in circles, kicking at drifts. "That good one's round here someplace." After a time, his boot broke through, revealing a vertical chimney as straight as a small highway culvert set on end. It was deep but narrow. Pete's legs, cocked to the shape of Buddy's elbow, were going to make him half again too wide. Buddy pressed down hard on the knees, trying to force them straight. But the combination of freezing and rigor kept bouncing them back. Finally, Buddy pulled off a glove and reached into his overalls. "All one of them legs up here." I grabbed a heel and raised it, with difficulty, to my waist. Both legs came together, paired in a posture of obeisance. Buddy blew into his fingers, unfolded his knife. He forced the blade under the cuff of Pete's frozen jeans and started cutting. One hard cut up, then another. Then he was sawing freely through the wrinkles. Above all other things, Buddy was a pragmatist. He knew how to keep calm during a crisis. When the grease popped hot across the pan, his own words, he prided himself on approaching the world with the coldest kind of eye. Now he folded the fabric back to expose Pete's hairy shin and calf, the skin gray, freezing. When he pressed his blade to the soft patch of flesh below the kneecap, that place where a doctor tests the reflexes, the skin split into a narrow, bloodless mouth.